Hi, this is Brandon Smiley from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Chaos Push-Up. This is a push-up variation that's great for creating and building shoulder stability. So this is definitely more of like a powerlifting based exercise. It's kind of the community that sees it used a lot. However, we've used it with our athletes when we know they need some more shoulder stability. This is great for baseball players or tennis players or any kind of overhead population. We're doing a lot of throwing, and that shoulder stability is really important. You want to be able to train it. The push-up's great, obviously, because the scapula moves around the rib cage. We've talked about that numerous times in plenty of videos that we've done. So having the push-up involved is definitely great because the scapulas aren't pinned back. Sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to take two bands and we're going to hook it up in a rack or a rig. You need the J-cup set up to where they're on the outside so that it doesn't pull them in. And then the band tension is going to depend upon the strength of your athlete and the weight of your athlete. So a lighter athlete is going to need less band tension, and a stronger athlete is also going to need less band tension. So we're going to get in our regular push-up position like we would with a bar push-up or any kind of hands elevated push-up. But the bands are basically going to kind of oscillate back and forth and make us have to provide stability through our shoulder while we move. So hands are going to be in normal push-up position. We're going to squeeze them hard, get in our push-up position here. Once we're in that position, we should be able to feel our abdominals. Then we're going to perform our standard push-up. We're going to go down, get our chest to touch, and then back. Down and back. So as you can notice, I got to be in a lot more control throughout the range of motion. It's trying to throw me all over the place. And as I go down and move, it's moving up and down, back and forth. So I'm having to really own my position here while I press. So that's not a bad one for me. I could probably stand to have it a little bit lower, but I think the band tension aspect of it's good because notice that the band is still moving quite a bit. We don't want so much band tension that this isn't going to move at all. We do want a little bit of give for the athlete when they're there. When it comes to performing these and programming these, I personally try to program for more reps. So talking about like 10s and 12s, this is an accessory exercise for us. It's not like our go-to exercise for the training session. If anything, it's actually probably supersetted or trisetted with some of our accessory work to kind of help fill out a circuit and try to be a bang for our buck exercise. So as I mentioned, I can definitely feel my abdominals working really hard with them trying to maintain a ton of position and trying to maintain rigidity throughout my whole body to make it as easy as possible. And that's a very nice benefit of it. Obviously, also make sure that if it's going to be taxing on the athlete's shoulder, that they don't have anything to do for the next day or two in terms of like playing games. I do think this is great, but I think if you really tax that rotator cuff and then you ask an athlete to go throw hard the next day, might be setting them up for a little bit of problems. And then also be cautious of the fact that this can be kind of hard on your elbows a little bit. That's definitely a place where I always feel it, is that the oscillation and everything is having to make me squeeze everything. So my forearm is good and flex and trying to stabilize everything as well. But then my tricep is obviously having to do some of the work as I press, which also attaches to the elbow. So just keep all of that in mind. A fantastic exercise. Definitely something you don't see a lot, but we use it here with particular athletes, especially once they've got their push-up technique down. Again, if there's low-hanging fruit, definitely take that first. But again, just another great option that you have available for providing some shoulder stability and train the rotator cuff if you have available to you. So if you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Have a great day.